don't know what he did. Like I said, if the game, cause y'all matter of fact, y'all were winning. Y'all had to win like about 10 on them.
Okay.
And he was getting mad, but he was hitting you every little chance he got. He was hitting you like a little bow as y'all transitioned down after you scored. So it was like, okay, and he fouled you.
I think I remember. I remember that.
He fouled you hard, Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm thinking back. I mean, even though it's been so long ago, I think I remember, man. Dude, when he had tried to bowl me like that, whatever, he was like, bro, you know you want to play as Sigma. I said, what?
See, I can't stand you. See, that's why I love you like I do, because you so set me up, you bum. You's a bum. But see, now y'all see, this is why I love this dude, because that's what he do. He's a jokester. He sets you up real good. That was good, Shu. That was the best setup I had. That was good. You bum. Anyway, let's move on now, punk. So you graduate and you go back to Texas.
Yeah, boy, you funny, boy.
And now, how you get to be a fireman? Tell us about it, because you know I sure was like, shoot a fireman now, really, for real.
Man, that's so funny, man. I mean, but that's love again, man. That you can. I mean, we're gonna speed up, but that's love that you can remember back that day, and not knowing that I knew I had the backing of, all of y'all, regardless of, I mean, I had the backing, but yet it's still just to hear that now, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. But so I leave Central, I get back to Dallas, I get linked up with a guy by the name of Leon Simon, man. He finds me an agent. I get an agent, and man, I'm getting a couple of tryouts, here and there or whatever. They're thinking about the CBA team that's going to draft me. I think it was like in the 5th round or something like that, man. So I was shooing in for that. And but the team was a team out of Fargo, North Dakota. And I don't know what the name of the team was now, just looking back on it, but it was in, man, bro, look what I just said, bro. The CBA team was in Fargo, North Dakota. So I'm scratching my head, like, and I have to look at the Fargo, North Dakota's weather at the time, man. I'm just like, man, come on, man. I mean, I done left Missouri and then weathered that deal or whatever. Now I'm gonna go someplace that's even colder than, I said,
colder than Missouri,
yeah. Even though, go ahead.
But you're an alpha, so ice, baby. You was too cold, so it shouldn't have bothered you. Finish your story.
The thing about it is, I'm not saying that it wouldn't have bothered me, but it's just that, now I wanted to go or whatever. So I had some other tryouts with some stuff, and in between all my tryouts, the agent would always tell me, man, just be in shape and just be ready to go if you get that call or not. And so with that being said, man, I would go to this one gym and I would work out, and man, I meet these guys that was always at this gym too, playing pickup games. I'm just trying to keep my game, on point and everything. And man, it was these 4 guys would always be at the gym. Man, they had smooth rides, they looked smooth, they had fresh cuts, they was in shape, they could hoop, but they were some older guys, but yet still they just were smooth dudes. And so man, I just asked them one day, I said, man, what do y'all do, man? And they said, man, we work for the fire department, Dallas Fire Department. I was like, them like, man, I ain't never seen no brothers work for the fire department, like that or whatever. So they laughed about it. They said, won't you come by the station and, come check us out, man. I went by the station, Doc, and man, it was history, man. I mean, right then, I just got addicted to fire station life. I saw a whole nother world just open up for me, and then they let me run, go on the apparatus with them, and man, they was, it cooked good, the food was great, and it just felt like family, bro. And then 2 of the guys that I had met, both of them were happened to be alphas, and then I'll go to the station, it's a queue there, and one of the Sigmas there. I'm sorry, bro, at this time, but it's still one of my really good friends that was on the fire department now is a Q, man. I mean, I'm sorry, is is a Sigma. So you got to meet him one day, man. And so but anyway, man, so I go to the station and I get hooked. And man, you look up, almost 27 years later, here you are retiring and, on to the next chapter. And man, it was just a good ride. It was quick, but it was a good ride.
All right. So let's say, so you do the fire, you retire. Now that killed me when I saw it. So I'm like, she retiring? Dang, go on, shoot, you been that long. You getting old enough to retire? Really, dog? Really? And then the next thing I see is she got clippers in his hand. What with this mobile hookup? Tell me about this next move. What's up with that, Doc?
Okay, cool. So when we were at CMSU, you knew I was cutting hair back then, right?
Right. Yeah.
So man, that the barber business has always been, my family trait for a long time. Man, my mom was a barber. My dad was a barber. They both owned barber shops. My sister was a barber. She owned a shop down in Austin, Texas, after she graduated from the University of Texas. My uncle was a barber up in Denton, where North Texas was. I mean, just all these different places. These barbers were in my family. So of course, man, I became a barber. Now, the funny thing about it is I didn't want to become a barber. I was forced into the barber business. But here we are now. When I looked at what I wanted to do for my next stage or my next act after being released from the slavery of a job, the slavery of a coach, telling me where to go, what to do, and all that, man. So I mean, just having this freedom, I said, man, you know what? I saw this idea about a mobile concept, and I still wasn't ready to pull the trigger on trying to figure that whole thing out, even though I was doing research on it. But then when COVID hit in 2020, it almost opened my eyes to like, man, do all the research that you can to figure out like what's what. And sure enough, man, I did, and we made the move, and the rest is history on that, man. We have Ray's Nice Look Mobile Barber Lounge. I've changed my name from the typical barber. I'm a stylist, hair follicle concierge, and man, I take care of people who value their convenience. That can care about COVID exposure, less COVID exposure. They care about the conversation. They care about the time and the customer service that they need to be treated on a high level. And so, one of my clients today he said, man, you just raising the Black experience for folks, man. And that's the way it should be anyway. We should expect the best. And I know that everybody's pocket is not in the same place, but yet you should still expect the best customer service that you can expect. And and when I look at the customer service, just because somebody gives customer, it's funny because you see somebody say, oh man, they gave great customer service. They put the tip out there 15, 20, 25%. You should just get great customer service anyway,
yes,
whatever. But then when somebody gives you that almost seems like you can kind of raise the bar on what you're trying to do. Now, I did, man. Actually, my father-in-law, he lives in Indianapolis, and me and my wife went down to visit our family there, and he had been going to a mobile barber. Okay. And so we was thinking about the idea, and then we went down there, and we actually saw his that mobile barber guy set up, and it was like one of those short school buses.
Yeah.
And so but it was cool though, man. It was real nice, man. I mean, and we were like wow, this is he had it hooked up, man. I mean, he had painted it. He had the sink in there. He had the TV, the booms. I mean, man, the sitting area. But it was one of the little yellow school buses that he had tricked out. And but it was nice. And so we was like, okay, cool, that's nice. But then we got back home, and we actually saw this guy that had turned a Mercedes Sprinter into the concierge lounge. And I mean, I was like, yeah, that's the kind of style that we kind of like looking for. And so we started investigating that, and man, next thing you know, we flipped the idea into that, and here we are, man. But COVID actually, prepared us to make the leap, and I'm quite sure, a lot of other people too, to make the leap as well on whatever they have going on. But if you never make the leap, you're never going to see, how far you can soar. So I'm glad we made the leap.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I feel. I felt COVID was gonna either make people or break people, and I was like, man, I need to do some things. And then I said, for me, COVID helped me to see that, dude, I'm taking it now. I'm a historian. I'm making history, and I'm bringing history to life, because your story is one of those that people need to hear. Some of that, man. It helps people to understand that you never know who you run into or who you hanging out with, where they been or where they going, and hang out. If people talking about, yeah, I know Shu, yada yada yada. Now you don't know Shu, dog. You might know Ray, but you don't know Shu. And I mean, it's just good. Like I said, that's why I'm calling you and asking you to do this, and you said, yeah. It's because, man, I am proud of where you. I said, I was waiting to hear the name of the NBA, but things do what they do, and then to hear Shu with the fire department, and then Shu doing his own mobile piece. And so tell me a little bit about the fade. I saw the fade. What's up with that, Doc?
You mean the fade? You mean the fadeaway? Yes, indeed, man. Yeah. So basically, I don't know if you keep up with, and which I know being a historian and just somebody who researches like yourself, whatever. And I watch a lot of different shows and pick up a lot of different things and listen to a lot of stuff, read a lot of stuff. LeBron James, shout out to LeBron James. He stole my idea, so I mean, I need some royalties on that idea, the shop, Right. I always say that. And so, man, because I always say, man, I want to just have a forum around the shop with different people, different all shapes of life, men and women too, that just talking about just everyday, stuff. And he killed it. He did it, and that proves when you have the resources behind you and backing, you can kind of do a lot of things. And so once I got the mobile, I knew right off bat, once I got in there, I was sitting around, I said, hey man, this is going to be my office. This is going to be, my mobile platform to get my voice out, to do some things that nobody else is doing. So of course, to have some interesting people with candid conversations from inside the mobile, I can go anywhere. I'm not limited to any place, time, or whatever. No, once I crank that truck up, or crank that van up, man, I can roll out. If I, man, boom, and, I see, so I'm en route to you, man, to the loop. I mean, it's gonna be about 8-9 hours, but bro, I'll see you in a little bit. I mean, so it's so we good, on that, man. And so and of course the fadeaway comes from 3 different pillars. The first pillar being that, we've talked about that, man, me playing basketball, and of course the patented fadeaway. You have that, and then also too the other part is the fade. Haircut is called a fade.
Right.
And then, once I finish your service and I leave, you wave, I roll out, and then I'm fading away. So that's where we get, the actual fade away piece with everything. And then also too, man, the fourth component to it, your life is like, just fading away, and so, it's like a vapor. The Bible tells us, like in James 4:14, that's like a vapor and it fades away. So, you look up and time passes by, and, your stories and your residue and DNA that you left behind, remains the same. And so that's what the barbershop does, leaves, pertinent DNA for people to, take. And, man, you remember that story, man, when that dude was on the court and he got mad, he was getting bold. I mean, stories and stuff like that just kind of remain. So that's what it's coming from, man. It's going to be a lot of great individuals. This first season is, the sports individual who's almost, just kind of turned CEO or executive or whatever, man. And I don't know if you actually saw the first episode, which it had one of my good friends, my dog, that me and him grew up together. You know, he's a legend. You know, down here in Dallas, he went to Arizona State. You know, he left there. He played 11 different countries, and man, but his story, if you hadn't seen it on Netflix, which 5 million people have viewed his Netflix special, Bad Sport, man, it's phenomenal. But it's a testament of redemption on how guy you can make a choice early on, but God still just looks at it and he laughs because he can take that choice and decision, and it seemed to be so bad. And then now in 2022, spin it around and make it like useful and good or whatever, because we're teaming up with some great things. And I'm gonna go ahead and share it. You're gonna hear this. You get the exclusive, bro, because this is who you are. I'm giving you the exclusive. So pretty much is that my growing up, everybody knew me as Ray Schufford, but my nickname was Shu. His name is Stephen Smith, and everybody calls him Head, and which his nickname, that's short for headache. And so in our hoods, man, we grew up, man, that's Head, that's Shu. He was my point guard, I was a two guard, so I mean that's my guy or whatever. And so our deal, what we're doing now, and where we're going with our speaking and just enlightening youth and helping people get to the next stage on a lot of things, man. We're going to come from the aspect of this quote. And this quote says, keep your head in the clouds, dream big. So that's head. But always keep your feet on the ground, stay grounded with the shoes. So keep your shoes on the ground. So keep your head in the clouds, but keep your feet, your shoes on the ground, but keep it moving. And so basically, man, dream big and keep it moving. And then boom, we just shoot them with the do sign, but everything in between, because you need the head and you need the feet to figure out where you're going anyway or whatever, because you got to think with your brain and you got to move it with your feet. And so which is action or whatever, man. And so, man, we in the process of getting all that together, and man, I'll let you know more about that, and we can continue our conversations, going even in depth. But it's gonna be some good stuff, man. We're just trying to get it all together. Yeah. Yeah,
like I said, in that first episode, like I said, I watched it yesterday because I was getting my things. Let me see if I can find stuff with Shu. I said, well, what? Oh, go ahead with the fadeaway, all right. And then he was talking. I said, okay. Yeah, I'm finna get Shu. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get him on his own little hookup talking. All right, come on, Shu, I see you. But yeah, man, looks nice. Like I say, the logo is nice and everything. So yeah, I can't wait to see some more episodes of that bad boy. But you doing good, bro. That's it. Move. Keep it moving, Shu. Keep it moving.
Man, keep it moving, bro. That's all it's about, man. And see, man, I can't take no credit at all, man. Man, God has been so good to me, man. I mean, and even when we was even back there or whatever, man, one of the first things my mom was just told me to do, which I knew this anyway, was to find a church or whatever. I can't remember that little church that was down there, man. Yeah, in Warrensburg, man. I remember going so many times, and wish I could just kind of go back and tell those folks, whoever was there, the pastor, whatever that time, man, thank you for just what he did during that time, man, because it was just man, I was 9-10 hours from the crib, man.
Right.
And so I don't know when the last time you've been to Texas or down here or whatever, man, but dude, I mean, I was a long way from home, and so to now having kids in college and being older, I understand, while my mom was, she was not saying she was nervous or scared or whatever, but it's like, I mean, anything can happen, especially in the climate that I remember, man, one time down there, I don't know, I think matter of fact, I know it was during this time. And when and I thought you was gonna mention this when you said about the deal court. But man, you know, we was down there during the time of Rodney King verdict.
Oh yeah.
So
I was ABC president then. Yeah,
you was ABC president. So
yeah.
you know it was going down.
Yeah,
and man, I remember I was talking to somebody, you know, and I forgot who it was, but they said they was downtown, man, and kind of going. They said they seen like a truck with Confederate flag, and dude had some hoods on they and I was like, dude, I never seen that when I was down there. I said, but well, if you seen that, I know it was there. Wow.
Oh man, no, it was so bad. Like I say, shoot, that year, man, right before we got ready to leave, that summer, that whole Rodney King, that summer, you remember that it was a donut shop on the corner over there by Foster Knox, where we stayed. There was a donut shop over there.
Yeah.
Donut shop caught on fire. They tried to say that I was in charge of getting somebody to burn the donut shop down because of the black student protest. What it was, the owner burnt that sucker down for the insurance money because it was so tense. It's so tense. They even had snipers on the roof watching the president's house, thinking we was gonna do something. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. And like I said, it was, what was so funny was, you know, as far as me being president, my thing was keeping us together. The thing that threw them off was, you know, during the day, I'm in a hood and a hat and I'm chilling. When it come to business time, I was in glasses, a sweater, and a tie, and I'm handling the business and I'm venting out. The presidents prior to me, they all was in a dress, that was their thing. GQ was their hookup. Mine was, hey, you don't know who I am unless I'm dressed because you ain't paying me no attention. So I'm gonna get in your midst by paying my hood and my sweatshirt and chilling. And like I said, man, it was, Warrensburg taught me the game on dealing with people who don't understand us. They made me think better because they was always throwing something in our face. Like say, who would have thought you go downtown and see a statue dedicated to a dog? Old Drum. You remember that statue?
Yeah.
And the black boy sitting there, we like, oh, that's a good, and we read it. Tomorrow, hey man, this statue is dedicated to the dog because he was a slave dog, and this boy was, okay. That changed the mind again. Like, what is going on around here? But that let you know the mindset, man. It was crazy, but we had to overcome that, and that's why it was so important for us and for me at that point in time, trying to get people to realize we all we had. If we ain't sticking together, we're gonna get lost in this mix.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we made it through because I mean, hey, we graduated like champs out that bad boy.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, you know, it's some people, man, who did, you know, and still doing some phenomenal, you know, things, man, you know, and like I said, man, I'm thankful for CMSU, man, you know, and I'm always gonna claim the mules, Doc. You know, I didn't like that mascot name. I was like, the mule.
The mule, right?
I almost didn't sign, Doc, for the name, man. But I was like, man, I like this. I like this black, white, and red, man. It's like I'm like the Bulls, you know. So, yeah, man.
But I said, man, I mean, it was just beautiful. Like I said, them times just beautiful. And like I said, man, I want to thank you, bro, for being who you are and taking the time out to holler at your boy for a minute. Like I say, in my earlier show, man, I was just getting this thing started. I made the mistake, but it was the best time ever. I had Stacy and Sean on the same time. So oh yeah, man. It was the CP Brown and Field show.
Man. Dang.
Yeah. But no, man, we had a ball. Like I said, everybody I had on here. I just had the man who got me into TV, Wink, Perry Johnson, to have him on here. I'm supposed to be doing an interview with CJ in a minute. And I just had Ed on here, Ed Atkins. I had Ed on a little while ago. You remember LaTanya?
Yeah.
AKA.
What's she doing now?
Big Tanya. She's the interim president of Higher Stone University.
Yeah.
Middle
that's
T.
my girl.
Yeah, I have Middle T on here. We was talking about how, you know, when she was here, she was my one of my mentees, and her and the other, it was three of them. It was middle T, big T, and little T. And all three of them tried to avoid me the first 3 weeks of school for tutoring. They avoided tutoring. I had to go find them and bring them in. So now with her being the president and having a doctor and being all that, she's my, and you know I'm having the hardest time getting these kids to tutoring. Yeah, that's what you get.
Because you did me like that.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But man, I said stuff like that. You just can't buy to where you got family all over like that, man. And I'm gonna let you in on it because I might change and have to be me and you do this one. I wrote a short script back in college, and the script was called The Quick Change. And what it was structured on a ball player. I had a football in mind, but a ball player who came through the ranks, went to pros and everything, and then he vanishes. And then you got a young boy who's about to get a scholarship for school. He's sitting in a barber chair, and the barber's doing him up and talking to him, and barber's telling him about this athlete, yada, 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 yada. And in the middle of it, the little boy figures out that the barber is the athlete he's talking about.
Oh, that you talking about me.
And then he said, and then I said, at the end, the little boy said, he said, why did you give it all up to do this? He said, because this is the only place where I can have you come in raggedy and help you to leave here sharp. He said, that's just how life is. You come in here, your life could be messed up. We talk for a minute. When I'm done, you got a new look, you got a new understanding, and hopefully you got a brand new attitude to do what you do on the next level.
Wow.
And I'm like, I said, damn, okay. Well, you got to talk about, I'm like, okay, shoot. I got to give me some money together. We got to get us a film team and build this because you that cat. You that cat.
Oh, man, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, that's fire. So, hey, man, I mean, we can put two heads always better than one. Yes, you know, and yours might be three because it's kind of larger, but you know, we good. Now you know I gotta mess with you, man. You know, now you, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You just, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. I mean, for real. We laughing, none of that. You just been family to me, man. And man, from day one, it was love, man. That's why I say, man, I just. You know, golly, man, I look back on man, that was a great 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a great 2 years in North Texas too. You know, but yeah, man, it's good, man. It's good. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you, Doc.
Well, like I say, I want to thank you again for hanging with your boy for a minute. See, I didn't make this backdrop. I didn't make it, but when I saw it, it fell right. And I said, well, they always put the one before the two, so I understand.
I mean, say, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would have been, you know, feeling some kind of way if you'd have had, you know, mine before yours.
No, you would. You lied. Let me lie. Don't lie. You ain't got to lie, you ain't got to lie. Cause yeah, I'm still gonna find a way to get you. Cause that joke you pulled earlier was good. Now that was good.
Oh, yeah.
You win on that one. You win on that one. But man, like I said, I want to thank you again, bro. I know it's getting a little late, trying to get some grub in if you ain't ate yet. And I don't know what kind of weather y'all got. I ain't done nothing all day because it's snow and ice, and they done closed down. So today, tomorrow, so I ain't doing nothing but trying to get these interviews in and sit back in the crib.
Yeah, that's the same thing here, man. It's supposed to start at like 9 tonight and go into tomorrow, and we're supposed to be shut down, you know, tomorrow. And already canceled everything Thursday and Friday. Yeah, so hopefully, man, we can get back up and going on this weekend. But it don't matter, man. I'm good either way, Doc.
Right. Look, when they got coming your way, rain.
They started when me and you started the interview. It started raining. Okay. And then that rain, the temperature starts to drop over midnight below freezing. So that's going to turn into freezing rain, which is ice. Right. And then tomorrow it's going to start snowing. And so, you know, you have some, bro. I mean, you saw last year. I mean, earlier they did that. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just, you know, man. I really think that this global warming stuff is really real now, man. So, you know, it's all good, man. Like I said, man, it's like you said, you in the house, we both in the house. Ain't got to get out and do nothing. Once again, I'm not bound. Where I went by the fire station today, man, to check on a few of my youngins. And I said, man, y'all be careful tonight. I said, man, hopefully relief will get y'all early in the morning, you know. And so somebody is right now saying, man, I need to go to the fire station right now, because if I don't, it's gonna be slick in the morning. It's gonna be hard getting to work or whatever. And so you know, stuff like that, man, you got to be thinking about all that, man. And so I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore. And man, the hardest thing I got to do is talk to my brother on a Zoom call and give me some chili right now. Watch the basketball game.
Yeah, now ain't that nothing, man? We talked about. I miss my daughter because she just turned 25, and she's talking about, oh, I got to work. I said, I remember them days. We talking about, man, I hate working. Like, wait a minute, I ain't got to go unless I choose to. I said, well, you got to get to. I said, man, it's just crazy because at 25, that's all we knew was to run. Some of these kids at 25 don't know how to walk.
No, they don't. They don't.
That's the scary part, man. It's like,
yeah, man. Well, hey, man, you hit me up, and you know, I'm gonna be around, and looking forward to the next conversation.
All right.
In Cecil's neighborhood.
Go ahead. What?
In Cecil's neighborhood.
Thank you, Shu. Look, I got to come get some of that fadeaway to see what's happening. We got to do a switch up. When you ask me and talk to me, and I sit back and chill out.
Bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying? No, we good. Yes, indeed.
Well, again, man, I love you, boy. Thank you so much for everything. And we shall holler in a minute.
Hey, bro, I love you too, man. You be careful, bro.
All right, peace.
Damon, is that you?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ray Schufford, aka the Mobile Minister, and this is the Fadeaway. Why the name Fadeaway? Well, I've been known to have a nice jump shot. Man, cut that, man. Cut that tape. Hey, man, cut the tape, man. I said cut the tape. Back in the day, and even now, I've been known to give a nice fade, because I'm still nice with these clippers. The Bible tells us in James 4:14 that life is like a vapor and then it's gone. So when your life is over, the body fades away, but your story lives on. The fadeaway is built upon 3 pillars. The first pillar is sports. Sports always brings people together. It has always been a major topic in all barbershops. Pillar number 2, the barbershop. The barbershop has always been a place where you find so many different things. Clarity, peace, a sense of relationship, counseling. But the main thing that you can find is a nice fade. Pillar number 3, the most important pillar, is stories. In the barbershop, there's so many stories that are told from so many different people. And just like life, when you fade away, even though you may leave, those stories still remain, and those stories will be told over and over and over again. And that's what the fadeaway does. It's here to tell the story of those who passed through the barbershop. So tune into the fadeaway for all that and so much more.